live. So we're now recording, and we're going to be talking about building relationships on Instagram. And if you guys don't have a notebook, I don't know, however you learn. If you're an Audible learner, just listen. If you like taking notes, grab a pen and paper. But hopefully this is going to be some new stuff, some old. But let me make it on the gallery view. By a raise of hands, who actively is on Instagram? Like uses it daily, weekly? No, Malia's like, I think I have a username. Okay, cool. Let's see. So does everybody know the value of hashtag? Let's start there. Like what a hashtag is, why you use it. Okay. I'm pretty sure Amanda does, right? Yeah. Okay. Because I've done some before and people are like, what's a hashtag? I'm like, oh Lord, okay, we got to go back. So anyways, what subcategories, everything in there. But so one thing I want to talk about for building your business and forming relationships on Instagram is not to be too super focused on the number of likes and followers that you have. And I don't even like to say followers. I think that's kind of awkward. I like to call them friends because, these are people that are going to be in your challenge groups. They're going to be a part of your team. So I like to just call them your friends, not your followers. And so you'll go to some top coaches and you'll see like, okay, it's, oh my gosh, they have 11,000 followers, and then they post a picture and 50 people will like it. Well, those odds are not that great. If only 50 people like your post out of 11,000, so I don't want you guys to be so consumed on the number of friends, followers you have, but it is something that you need to track. So if you're not tracking it, then it's not going to be growing in the direction you want. So a little tip that I always do is in my calendar, on the very first of the month, I write down how many friends I have on Instagram. And then if I'm supposed to be adding 3 every day, my goal would be, what did I write it down? Like 90 more by the end of that month. So write down how many you have at the beginning and write down what your goal is for the end of the month and put that number there. And I guarantee if you write that down and you're actively trying to get it, you will reach it for sure. But if you're not tracking it and you're like, oh, let me just see how many posts this thing gets, then you're not going to reach that goal. So I just really want to encourage you to track it, but don't be 100% focused on how many followers you have. It's really more about the interaction, and it's more about, the relationships that are built there. But that's kind of awkward. Like, how do you build a relationship with somebody on Instagram and you have no idea who they are? So that's kind of the point of this call. So the first thing is you have to figure out what your brand is. I had a call with Malia the other day and Amanda, and we were really talking about what your brand is. And it's something that, I always say, try to choose 3 to 5 things that kind of make you you. And this is your target audience. This is who you're talking to. This is who you want to join your challenge group. This is who you want to be friends with. This is who you want to be, potentially on your team one day. So, I don't like to attract random people that like I wouldn't want to hang out with in real life. And I heard us saying one time, and it was like, if you wouldn't invite someone to your birthday party, don't invite them to your challenge group. And it's like, that's how authentic that relationship should be before you invite them personally. I mean, if you just do a post that's inviting anyone, then you never know who's going to comment. But, you shouldn't like reach out and invite somebody directly to a challenge group if you wouldn't invite them over to your house, if that makes sense. So where was I going with that? Your Jacqueline got me all confused. I'm like, it's Jackie, not Jacqueline. Where was I going with that? So let's get nice and comfy with our people. How do we build natural relationships on Instagram? So having those 3 to 5 things. And if you, I don't know, do you guys have your phones with you? If you're able and you don't have a baby in your hands, you can grab it and just, there you go. Go and look at what your profile is, okay? At the very top. If you were to log in, okay, so everybody has it, and your profile should say your name, okay? At the top, there's a little thing. You can go and you can edit this as many times as you want. So this is going to be part of our homework tonight. So you can click that little edit profile and make sure your name is in there. And then, for example, mine is and then I list what my brand is. I list it in there so that when people come to my page, they know what I'm going to be posting about. So for example, mine says, I'm living that mom life. I'm coffee and red wine lover. I'm a fitness group facilitator. Braids and bandanas, home decor, and empowering others. Those are pretty much all that I post about, right? And so if somebody comes and looks at my profile, and they can also scroll through my pictures, which I'm sure they will, but you can give it to them in your profile and tell them what you're about. A lot of people do a quote, however you want to do it. But I want to caution you not to have your Beachbody website up there, okay? Because there are so many MLMs out there, okay? And it's like Jamberry and, I don't want to bash anybody, but okay, there's a bunch of different things that like at-home businesses. And the wonderful thing about Beachbody is that we're very different. We don't go for direct sales. We start with relationships, and if they want their help, then we have the tools to help them, okay? But for example, I do the exact same thing. If I am scrolling through Instagram and somebody new wants to be my friend and they're an Herbalife person or they're a Jamberry salesperson, my immediate thought is, oh, they just want to sell me something. I'm not going to follow them. Literally, I do that. And now it's like actually my mission to turn all those freaking It Works people into Beachbody coaches because it's such a quick fix. But anyways, that's another call. But I'm just saying, to some people, it could be a turnoff if you have your Beachbody website in there. However, if you have a fit page or a Facebook page or a blog or something like that, you can put that in there. So mine is Melissa Coleman Fitness, and it takes them to my Facebook page, okay? Not my personal one, but my fit one. So that's the beauty of having a fit page. But you can also, if you really want to have your website up there, just another way to do it is to go to tinyurl.com. And I don't know if you guys know about that, but you can actually put in any long, crazy website thing and just put in what you want it to say. And it will make it that, if that makes sense. So it would be, instead of beachbodycoach.com, blah, 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 it would say tinyurl Melissa Coleman. Okay? Does that make sense? So it just makes it look prettier and nicer. So if you really want to have your website up there, use a tiny URL. Okay, so that's just about the profile. So anyways, I encourage you guys to, come up with what your brand is going to be and put that in your profile. And I literally just got off this webinar thing with Chalene Johnson, the PIO lady. And I might butcher through this, but it was so good that I felt like I had to share it because she just got my wheels turning. So bear with me. But I'm going to actually screen share. Can I? Yeah, hold on one second. If it's still up here. Okay. Okay, do you guys see Chalene Johnson right there? Yes? Okay, cool. So her awesome, and like I said, I am no 100% Instagram Academy type person. So everything I learn, it's because I went out and seeked it. So I really want to encourage you guys just to Google how to build relationships on Instagram. You got to go out and find the information. Chalene Johnson does have a great, she's amazing at a lot of different marketing stuff, but she runs a Smart Success Academy or whatever. And this is one of her webinar she was showing us, and it just got my wheels turning. And so the first thing she started talking about was your gift. Okay, everyone has a gift. Okay, and this you need to use as your tool. Your gift is something that you may not even know is your gift. Okay, like something like, oh, that's special, like people that can sing, or people that are really good at just communicating, or somebody that they just instantly feel close to you, or your gift could be, writing. So it's something that just comes super naturally to you, and maybe somebody else comes to you for this. So I'm saying so I don't know if that makes sense, but your gift is something that is super unique to you, and it's the way that you are able to help people. And this is your tool, okay? This tool never changes. So for example, Chalene Johnson's is teaching. She's an amazing teacher, and she simplifies everything. Okay, so she teaches online marketing strategies. She teaches exercise. She teaches That's her thing, teaching, right? So that's never going to change. It can improve. All of our gifts can get better and better, okay? But it also needs to follow your passion. And so I wrote down your passion is basically something that you're obsessed with, okay? Something that you just can't get out of your mind, that you feel amazing when you do it. So obviously for us, that is fitness. This is why so many other MLMs, whatever, don't work, because they're not super passionate about it. I literally, okay, I don't mean to call Malia out, but so Malia literally told me the other day that she used to be a Mary Kay person. So was the other girl, Nicole, and hopefully they don't feel bad when I write this, but basically they were involved in something that they didn't even wear makeup. So how could they do that? I think the Mary Kay is an amazing company. It really is, if you're super passionate about makeup. So that just makes sense. If I cared about my nails, maybe I would do Jamberry. So I hope that all of you are super passionate about health and fitness and helping people. So if it's not, maybe you're in the wrong business. But your passion, something that's cool about your passion is that it can change. It can evolve. We become obsessed with certain things at different times. I used to be obsessed with, well, I still am, but pregnancy stuff because I was pregnant. Now it's like potty training, and then now it's like getting into house stuff and house hunting and house decor, and so your passion is going to change, but your gift is always going to stay the same, okay? And where the magic happens is when it aligns with your purpose, okay? What is your purpose, and how are you going to serve others? I wrote down some names for the, hold on, let me look at this. Like I said, I literally just learned this, but I'm like, I have to tell them. So how do you want to help people? What was I saying? Hold on. Okay. And the magic happens when your purpose brings meaning to your past. So all of us went through a bunch of hard stuff, like, I don't even know. I don't want to get into nitty gritty, and I'm not calling anybody out for anything, but bad things have happened to all of us, and it's for a reason, okay? Like, once you realize that you can turn that mess into a message, and I know you've heard that a million times, but have you really sat down and thought about, wow, why did that freaking happen to me? Why me? Those questions are like the deepest questions, like, why me? Why did that happen to me? Okay. Think about whatever you've ever said that to and use that as your purpose so that you can help somebody get out of that, avoid going through what you had to go through. So, in the fitness industry, maybe it was like letting yourself go. If you have a huge transformation, maybe it was like, don't ever give up on giving a little bit of your time to yourself. You're worth it, like try to get somebody else to, not have to go through what you went through. I wrote something else down. I forgot. Oh, like going through bad relationships. If you had a really bad abusive relationship before, that's part of your story. You can really connect with other women who are in like a super bad physical, emotional, situation, and they're trying to get out, but they can't. That's something that's so unique to you that I couldn't necessarily help someone with. And maybe that's your purpose, is to help people avoid being in that. So anyways, I just wanted to throw this out there so that you could start thinking really deep about your brand and, make sure that you're using your gift, that it aligns with your passion, and that, it is fulfilling to your purpose. Because once all three of these things align, there's no stopping you. You absolutely can do anything, okay? Let me go ahead and stop share here. Okay, so I'm coming back. So anyways, I don't know. That was just my little Chalene Johnson kick. But hopefully y'all took something away from that. But let's get into hashtags, okay? So anytime you can hashtag up to 30 hashtags on each photo. Okay, I don't necessarily recommend doing 30 because then it's like, oh, obviously she's trying to reach somebody, but I'm just letting you know you can do up to 30. You can, and this is the awesome thing. Let me see this. So get out your phones again. And if you haven't been on Instagram in a while, it might be different for you. But if you go to the little magnifying glass, the little second button there, there we go. Hold on. Why are you on there? 1 second. What's going on? There we go. Okay, so it should be like the home page, right? And you have a lot of different random things you don't see. So the first thing you're going to see is trending tags, okay? And the second thing is going to be explore posts. We're all on the same page. So the first thing, trending tags, those are just like the most popular, you know, I don't know, that kind of aligns with Twitter, and I don't Twitter talk, so I'm not going to pretend to know. But those hashtags, that's how you always know, like today is National Kale Day, in case you didn't know. Like, you know how there's always a national day? It always shows up in that top thing. So maybe there's a national, you know, coffee day. I was like, oh, I'm going to use that. Kale Day, I like kale, but I'm not going to post about it. So anyways, that's how you know what national day it is. And then at the bottom, explore post, Instagram has already found all your friends for you. This is the most awesome thing, and it's pretty recent. So, so it used to be what are the most, got the most likes, like the most popular page. And then it changed to basically finding your friends for you. And this is based off of what you hashtag and what you like, okay? So when I go through my explore posts, I see tons of babies, I see pregnancy, I see mom stuff, I see home decor, I see fitness stuff. So you're gonna see what you are hashtagging and what you're liking. Does that make sense? So one way to go and search for new friends, and guys, it is so easy. You know, we all have the issue with Facebook scrolling. 1 second you log in to just see if you have any messages, then you're looking at your best friend's wedding from 2012, and then it's your mom's cat, you know, so it leads you in all kinds of directions. The same thing can happen on Instagram. So don't waste a bunch of time just Facebook scrolling, especially if you follow a lot of people. You can literally waste 30 minutes looking at other people's pictures. So when we say log into Instagram, yeah, Amanda's like, the struggle is real. I see her. So you log in and make this your focus time. You're trying to find some friends, right? So one way to do it is to go and search a specific hashtag. For example, I am in the search for a baby gate for a stairwell because my son is freaking crazy and literally almost falls down them every day. We have cardboard boxes right now because we just moved, whatever. So that's what I'm doing. Instead of going to Google and searching for it, I'm going to search for it on Instagram just to get ideas, because there's all kinds of different baby gates, whatever you're going through, you know, like whether you're looking for salad in a jar recipes, Casey, like that's all over Instagram. So whatever. Oh, hey, boo.
Hey.
What was I saying? Your beautiful face just caught me off guard. So instead of going and searching that specific hashtag, baby gates, or, 18 months, like that's how old my son is, that's one specific way to do it and go search things. But Jen, I'm sure you know this, but we were talking about when you go to search things, you're going to see trending tags and then explore posts. And those things are those are basically all the hashtags, all the likes. So you can just go through and pick those pictures. And I encourage you to do the scroll stopping ones, the ones that you're attracted to. Okay, so just scroll through, find one that's like, oh, that's a beautiful picture, and then you can click on it and then Stitch Fix. I don't need to do you. Okay, so once you find a picture that you like, okay, this is some little Cinderella like, oh, he mad. I don't know. That's what it says, but it caught my eye. So I clicked on it. And so I'm going to click the person's name that posted this because it caught my eye for some reason. Or that's not even Cinderella. That's Alice in Wonderland. Sorry, whatever. So I click on him and I'm going to like his first 3 posts. Okay. I'm not going to scroll back to 2009. Well, Instagram probably wasn't even back there. I'm not going to scroll back like 12 weeks ago and see what he was doing. That's creepy. Like those are called Instagram creepers. So remember that. Only maybe if it's a couple rows down, but just like the most recent ones and comment on one of them. Okay, and see if they follow you back. Now, one of the most common things I get asked is, well, how do you know when to follow someone back? And my honest answer is it kind of depends on the person. If they look like somebody that I would want to follow or be friends with, then I will follow them back. But they need to match 2 of those categories that I said. They need to match my target audience. So mom, empowering, house decor, bandanas, fitness, okay? Or coffee and wine. So not just one of those. They need to match up with two of those, okay? Because whatever, somebody could like coffee, but they also like, I don't know, I'm not going to go there. But you know what I mean? Like try to find somebody that you have two things in common with, because that it makes it 10 times more natural when you can go and comment on their stuff. Yay, Nikki made it. So I had learned this in a call a long time ago. So I'll tell you guys this, and it's worked wonders. So, okay, you found this random person, right? You liked a couple of their stuff. Maybe they followed you back. How do you initiate that? Write this down. It's comment, compliment, question. So you comment on their stuff, then you compliment them, and then you ask them a question. And this is going to yield a response from this. So this is going to be the first step to getting that going back and forth, okay? And obviously, you know how you tag people in an Instagram, use the little @ sign to make sure they do that so they get the notification. Comment on their stuff, compliment them, and then ask them a question. And make that question relevant to whatever that picture is, like don't ask them what they had for breakfast if they're posting about a baby, obviously. And something else is like, you can get caught up in the Instagram scroll and just comment on things and say, oh, hey girl, or yeah, nice, good job, way to get your stuff in, workout in, or whatever. But that doesn't really yield something that somebody's going to respond to you back from or whatever. I know for me, if I get a bunch of comments on stuff, I don't reply to every single person. Sometimes I'll do a generic thank you and I'll tag people that did like the regular good job or that's awesome post. But it's the people that go out of the way and write like a sentence to me or something really thoughtful or, that I'm going to respond back to them about. So I don't know if you guys do that as well, but I'm not going to respond, take 10 minutes out of my day to respond to somebody that said good job. You know what I mean? So your time is valuable too. So anyways, think about the people on the other side of that. They're going to respond back to you if you're super heartfelt and you give them a compliment that stands out from the rest of everybody. Okay, so and then counting people as a new contact. Okay, so on Instagram, basically I'll wake up in the morning and sometimes I'll have new people that follow me. I do not count them as a new contact until I am following them as well, or we have initiated some sort of comment question. Okay, so just getting a follower, like I said in the beginning, I don't care how many followers you have. Like there's coaches that have 11,000 followers and their posts get 50 likes. That's nothing. No one's seeing their stuff. It's more about like the interaction and relationships that's involved. So, but also, I mean, it does make you look cooler, I guess, if you care about that, how many followers you have. But I just go for more quality over quantity. So, I definitely kind of preach that. So, yeah, I only count them as a new contact if we have initiated a conversation, basically, and I'll add them to my thing. And sometimes, to add people to your new contact list, if I'm searching these people out and they have a private account and I request to see them or whatever, or be friends with them, I'll write their name down on the contact and then I'll go back the next day and see if they accepted it, if that makes sense. Boom, now I count them as a 3 contact. But if we're not both following each other, I don't count them, if that makes sense. Two-way street. Okay. Let's see. I already went over that. Okay, yeah, searching with a purpose. Now I know I have found the coach, well, I call her Nicole. She also goes by Ashley, but she was actually a friend of Carmen Jackson's for my satellite people here. And she had posted a comment. I think this is how we found each other. But basically, she was a friend of a friend. So you know how on Facebook it shows you that thing, friends of friends? Okay? And you can go, and that's an easy way to add contacts too. Same thing with Instagram, but it's the people that are commenting or liking their photos. And it just makes it a little bit more natural and fun when you realize that you have mutual friends once you become on Facebook, right? Because that's the ultimate goal, is to bring your Instagram people to your Facebook, right? So me and this girl were like, hey, oh my gosh, we both know Carmen. How did that happen? And I honestly don't remember when I initiated that post, but I'm positive that's what I did, because otherwise how would I have found her, type of thing. Whoa, seriously? So anyways, searching friends of friends, like going on and doing searching for them on Instagram. Now, I did want, if any of you have and I'm looking at you, you do have big weight loss transformations, okay? You rocked that 21-day fix. I want you guys to write down these accounts because these are the ones that are shout out accounts. These are the ones that they will basically post your picture on their page, and they have millions of followers. And when you post that, then people will begin to follow you. So if you wake up one day and you have 200 new followers, you probably got a shout out from somebody, okay? And I took this from Ashley Campos. You probably heard her name on the National Wake Up Call. She's a rock star. She just had a baby. She's a military wife. She has her Instagram is Get Fit with Ashley. I think she has 57,000 followers. But anyway, she's awesome. But she did a webinar like this and told us the ones that got her the most Instagram ones. So here they are. It's at Real Progress, REAL Progress. And then the other one was at Great _ weight loss _ inspiration. Okay. Now the thing about these are before and after pictures, and you have your date in them. However, you do not.
Can you repeat the last one?
Yeah. Great _ weight loss _ inspiration. And the other one was Real Progress. And with these, you direct message somebody. You send them your pictures. And you have the start and finish date, or, you can look at their accounts, just go follow them and see how people do that. But you don't blast, you don't want to put 21-day fix or Insanity Max on it. You put that in your comments below saying what you did in Shakeology, but the rules will be in there, like how to get reposted. And it takes time for these. She said they can take 2 to 3 weeks to actually happen, but you need to submit them. So if any of you have awesome results, I highly encourage you to do that, because then you're going to get people. And to also watermark those. So watermarking means just putting a sign like Melissa Coleman or at Melissa Coleman on those, so that, and you can do it across the whole thing or on the side, but that's so people can't steal your photos. Now, does everybody know how to direct message on Instagram? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to say it just for the people that are listening, but to direct message somebody, if you go to your home button, in the top right-hand corner, there's a little envelope, and you can push that, and then it's going to say a plus sign, and you can send a video, a picture, or a message, okay? And so this is how you private message on Instagram. So in your wording, this is going to be, I wanted to give you guys some call to action things to say at the end. Because that's the ultimate goal here. You definitely want to, have health and fitness something on your page. So when you do throw out those business opportunities or the invites to your Facebook group, I just wanted to share with you some of them that I found were helpful. In both of these, you'll notice they don't just say comment below if you want to join. Leave me your message and I'll get back to you, okay? They both combine something inspirational in the invite, okay? So listen up. It says, take a chance to change your life and the lives of others for the better. Leave your email in the comments below or direct message me and I'll send you an email or email me at whatever.com and I'll send you back an application. So that wasn't the entire message. That was just the very end where she put a space in between and she said, take a chance and change your life, if you're ready to do that. So if that makes sense, it's just a little bit more personal, a little bit more, if you're ready, come do this. Another one was leave your email below or direct message me. If you're ready to put your excuses behind you and go all in and take advantage of this free gift we're giving away right now, which right now it's the 21-day fix, the insulated cooler bag. So if any of you have that, you can say that. But my main point here is the people that I saw combined an inspiration and an invite got a better response. It wasn't so salesy. It was just more natural. We call those call to actions, obviously. You're asking somebody to do something. Something else you can do is, if you put up, I do a lot of wine photos and stuff like that. And so you can say, tag 2 people who you think would know that this is funny. And they'll just tag their friends that love wine, right? So then I'm like, boom, you like wine, I'm your buddy type thing, you know, and I'll go and follow them. So you can ask for people to tag people. You can also do that when you're inviting them to do a challenge post. Say, tag 2 people to do this with you. Okay, that's a call to action. You're still asking them to do something. Okay, because like I said, however many likes you get, however many followers you have, that doesn't really matter. It's really all about the interaction and what happens after that. Okay. And then just so a little bit of homework, go home, or well, you're all home, oh my goodness, but go onto your phones and just update your profile. Make sure that it is what you're going to be posting about. Okay, so 3 to 5 things. Honestly, the more zeroed in you are on your target audience, the better. So really, I have 5 things. I probably should narrow it down to 3, but I like posting about all of them, so I can't get away from it. But if you can only think of 3, that's not a bad thing, okay? But something that I want you guys to do is go through your Instagrams and, you know, look and see if there's variety, okay? And make sure there's not like 14 selfies in a row, or I think there's like 3 pictures for each one, okay? So there should only be 1 selfie in each row. There should only be 1 motivational post in each row. One, what am I trying to say? Food picture. You know, like keep it spicy. You don't want to do selfie, motivational pic. You know, like that just gets old. And when somebody's going to come to your page, they're not going to want to follow you if it's one thing, right? So you want to have a little bit of variety. And you can go and delete that. Like sometimes I'll do something, I'm like, oh my goodness, I just did 15 pictures of my kids. Even though I posted it, it's still saved in my phone, but I'm like, that doesn't make my Instagram account look good business-wise, so I'm going to go and delete that, you know? Grandparents already saw it, we're good. That's why I posted it, right? Something like that. And if your posts or if your Instagram accounts are not open, public, you need to make them public. That's like step 1. If you have any privacy issues, you know, Instagram is really good about blocking. And if you're like, oh, I don't want to hashtag my kids, or, you know, I don't want that, just don't hashtag those pictures of your kids, if that makes sense. Like hashtags are how other people are going to find you. So that's kind of one way to get around that. Let's see. I think that's all I have for tonight. Do you guys have any questions? We have about 3 minutes left. I know I kind of rambled. Let's see. I'm just going to go through. Oh, no, I'm not going to go into all that. Oh.
I have something to add.
Okay. What?
I listened to one of the free Instagram things, and it's basically what you said at the very end. Like if you go to your Instagram page and the first few pictures that you see, you should be able to see what you're about. Because if somebody's going to stalk you for the first time, they're going to look at the first things that they see and see if they're going to be able to relate to you or like you or whatever. So I try to switch up what I do. I'm just looking at mine, and I have 2 food pictures back to back, and I don't like that. So I need to post like an inspirational something so that it changes the scenery of it.
Yeah. And I mean, Instagram is a visual thing. It's a photography. So any of you that have like awesome cameras or are visually, you know, good at taking pictures, like, oh, that's another thing is staying away from collages. I love collages. I really do. But it takes away, like if you put like a bright background in the back, that's what your eyes immediately go to. They don't go to your face. They don't go to the, you know. So anyways, I think collages are great. I do them a lot, but sometimes I'll do like the 4 and 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and so there's not so much background noise, even though it's pretty, and sometimes it might be better on Facebook. Instagram is just all pictures, so the more of you and the more of the actual picture there is, the better. And obviously Rana Designs, I should mention that if you guys don't already use that, I'm sure you do. Rana is how you write things on top of it. Yeah, so those look better than like collages. But the wonderful thing, if you're like, oh crap, I did some of these things, you can go back and undo them. Like it's no big deal. I delete pictures all the time on my Instagram because I'm like, oh, I did too many of one thing in one time. You know, you can fix it. And you know, another common question that we didn't really go over is how often to post on Instagram. And I think it really depends for every person. Like it's not like on Facebook where you're gonna lose your affinity. So it's kind of nice in that way. You know, you can just post in that moment, or you can go back and, you know, say it was a later gram or whatever. But being mindful of what time it is about what you're posting about. So coffee pictures in the morning, wine pictures. I would never post a wine picture